It's a brand new episode of the Movie Dweeb Podcast, and if you're watching this, I am very sweaty. Welcome back to the Movie Dweeb Podcast, a show where I'm not gonna lie, I usually complain about how warm it gets in the studio, but this week, it's not just me being dramatic. We are in a literal heat wave. So if I'm sounding like I'm slowly turning into a puddle of my own sweat, that's because I am. But I couldn't be more excited to have today's guest on. She's 13 and she's already taking the world by storm, and somehow way cooler than me, and I don't just mean via temperature. You'll know her as the haunting voice behind that hide-and-seek song in Squid Game, and she's back for season 3. It's the amazing Reagan To. How are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm good, but I'm also... I know I just said it. I'm very, very sweaty. This is probably like the hottest the UK has ever been.
Really?
This may be way too much information, but this is like the 5th shirt I've worn today. I've sweated through the rest of them.
Oh my gosh.
You probably didn't need to know that, did you?
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to inflict the same pain on you, but what's the weather like where you are?
I was in Florida yesterday and it was pretty hot, but LA is not hot at all, which is good, but
Yeah, I did see you were at Disney World, and I don't think you understand just how jealous I was. I almost had to mute you on Instagram there and then. Just tell me everything, bombard me. What was the very first thing you did when you got there?
well, I got to go to 2 parks. So I got to go to Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom. And at Animal Kingdom, I just tried to ride as many rides as I could, which I did, so I'm really happy.
See, that sounds perfect, but then I realised you didn't get to go to Hollywood Studios, which is my favourite.
I went last time, which was last year, but this time I went to Animal Kingdom because I haven't gone in the last 4 years, so I was really excited.
I'm actually going in December, so I need your top tips. What's the one thing I have to do while I'm there?
In December? Okay, well, it's probably not going to be so hot, but yesterday, the day before yesterday when I was at Disney World, it was literally, there was a hurricane happening because it was raining like crazy and there was thunder and lightning. It was very chaotic, but it's okay. I survived.
Didn't put that on your story, did you? Only the cute meet and greets with Donald Duck made it to your stories.
Yeah, not the completely scary moments because everybody was running away, but I'm good. I'm good.
You somehow made a weekend at Disney World sound like Squid Game. I don't know how, but well done. Did anyone there recognise your voice? Imagine someone hearing red light while queuing for Dumbo.
I was about to walk into Pirates of the Caribbean and a bunch of girls came up to me. It was are you the voice of Squid Game? I was like, yeah. And I got to take pictures of them. And I was also waiting in line for Tron, their new ride. And there was this, we were already in a place where you cannot have your phones, but there was 2 little girls. They were like, are you Reagan? I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, it's a shame we don't have our phones right now to take a picture. I was like, we can take one after. So then after the ride, we went to take a picture, which is pretty cool.
At what point do we just pitch the Squid Game roller coaster? Okay, from happiest place on earth to the most terrifying place, let's talk Squid Game.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie, I watch that show behind the sofa, behind a pillow, and I'm still covering my eyes on top of that. So how do you cope with it?
Well, I never actually watched Squid Game 1, but for Squid Game 2, I did watch the first episode, and for Squid Game 3, I also watched the first episode, and I know the plot of because I have a lot of singing parts in Squid Game 3.
How did that come up? Because I need to have firm words with you, because that super creepy hide-and-seek song has not left my head.
Ever since when I did the voice for the doll in season 1, I've been brought back every single time. And I remember going in for season 3, and I was really excited because everybody was anticipating what was going to happen, what are the next games? And I was also really anxious to find out. And I found out that I was going to be singing, which was a completely new thing for me, especially for Netflix or voiceover. I've done over 40 shows and movies for voiceover, and I've never had a singing part in a Netflix or Disney role. So I was really excited, and it was definitely a very creepy song, definitely. But it sounds pretty, it fits the theme really well, I think.
Oh, don't you worry, you sort of nailed the creepiness. Were you deliberately trying to make it sound creepy, or did it just naturally turn out that way once added all of the music and effects?
We did it a couple times, and one of them was a bit more happy because I also had to learn it right away. I didn't get the song for hide and seek before. So when I got in, I basically just listened to it a couple times and I got the melody. Because that hide and seek song is not a thing in the US for us. It was just in Korea. So it was a very like interesting for me to figure out. But I got it pretty fast and then that's just pretty much how it went.
And of course, you also voice the iconic doll in Squid Game, Young-hee. Did you try out different versions for her voice, like a nice version, sassy version, or just like full on evil version?
I think I just try to do it as natural as possible because the whole point of it being so creepy is also because of the like it sounds so innocent and so like sweet, but it's not really that. But I think the directors did an amazing job because like everything fits in so well and I think it's great.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a 32-year-old man with a mortgage, and you terrify me. Not like seriously.
It was it's a definitely a very the third season definitely way sadder than the first and second ones.
You're telling me I binge watched the whole of Squid Game 3 in one day, and I just sat looking at my own reflection in TV, like, what do I do with my life now?
It's a lot. It's a lot to process, you know.
My wife was away at her mum's house for the weekend, so it was just me home alone. And I was just walking around in the days after, like, watching it. But you're super lovely, so you're making up for all of the emotional damage that everyone else put me through with that show.
Oh my God.
When you first got the role, did you understand just how massive Squid Game would become?
Well, I think no one would have expected how huge it's gonna be. Like those type of shows, I feel like it's either gonna be like a big hit or like a big miss. And Squid Game is just so incredible that obviously it's a big hit. And I'm so grateful that I got to be a part of that show because it's changed my life, honestly. And I still can't believe to this day because that was my first ever voiceover audition. And I'm very, very grateful that I got that role.
Oh, go on. I think it's time to like flex and show off. What is the most exciting part of the Squid Game journey so far?
Well, I got to go to the Squid Game 2 and Squid Game 3 premiere. I got to meet the cast. I got to talk to so many people. And from Squid Game, I gotten to meet so many incredible people who are also a big fan of the show. So I feel like a lot of things have happened for me ever since Squid Game came out, and I'm very, very grateful because it would not happen if I wasn't like a voiceover person in Squid Game. And also, after Squid Game, I got to do lots of other voiceover jobs like Elemental, and I got to do Win or Lose. I was actually one of the characters playing softball, I believe, and that was pretty cool.
That is the best name dropping I've ever heard. Not only are you a key character in one of Netflix's biggest shows ever, but you've been in 2 Pixar projects. I also saw on your Instagram that you have like the bespoke ring with Young-hee on it. How sick is that you're now bling?
Yeah, I love that ring so much. It's my favorite thing currently. It's made by one of my dear friends, Ansh, and he's an amazing, amazing designer for like jewelry, necklaces. He makes pretty much most of my jewelry and outfits for everything I go to. And that ring is we had like very little time to make. Like, he had really little time because we weren't really sure if we were gonna make it because the premiere is gonna be in New York. So, but he made it on time, which is perfect, and everything turned out amazing.
If your mate's watching this, I just want him to know that I also want a ring with my face on it, by the way, just so he knows.
I actually have it right now with us.
That is just the biggest flex. To be able to like pull out a piece of jewelry with your face on it, I'm obsessed.
It's an amazing. This is like the most amazing piece of art I've ever seen. It's like should be in a museum, honestly.
You're so right. Like if I was wearing that, I wouldn't like want to use my hand. I'd pop like the ring on and then put like oven gloves on top, bubble wrap it just in case, like protect it at all costs. So you're on Netflix, you're going to premieres. What do your like mates think of all this? Are they used to it now or are they still freaking out every time you meet up?
I think some of my friends are really proud of me. I try to at school not talk about things that I'm doing, so people don't get like, oh, let me talk to you or let me talk to you. It's like people are more like real. Most of them just find out through my social media, but like I try not to talk about it. I try to just like act normal. But when I'm gone for like 2 weeks and then they're like, "Where'd you go?" I was like, "Oh, I was doing something."
See, you are so much cooler than me because if I was on Netflix, I would be shouting it from the rooftops with a megaphone. I mean, we've been hyping up Young-hee a lot today, but you're not the only iconic doll in cinema. Which doll is more terrifying, the Squid Game doll or Megan? Like, if I were trapped in a room with both, who should I be more concerned by?
Um, Honestly, I think you should be more afraid of the both of us, cause like I feel like Megan is really like attached to like one person and will like get you no matter what. While the Squid Game doll is like a quantity, like they'll like kill like a lot of people instead of like maybe one or two. So I feel like you would probably be able to avoid the Squid Game doll first, but probably not Megan. Megan is amazing and also voiced by my amazing friend Jenna. She's like incredible at voice acting and everything she does. So like she makes the whole Megan like character come to life.
See, it worries me. Even in that theoretical situation, you immediately decided on teaming up with Megan. Because I thought, like, you and I had a bond. I thought we were friends. But you immediately worked with Megan to take me down.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would survive in a room with Megan and the Squid Game doll because it's gonna be very difficult.
You didn't even sugarcoat it for me. I just need to accept I'm not making it out alive. I'll move swiftly on. Um, it's confirmed that Squid Game has ended after season 3. Does it feel weird knowing that the show has an ending now?
I am very happy the way the show ended, honestly. I feel like it was a really good way to wrap everything up. Kind of sad that everything's over, but at the same time it's like happy sad type of moment, you know?
See, that is the perfect way to describe Squid Game 3, like happy, sad. Because, I was sad because everyone I love pretty much died in front of my eyes. Thank you again for that. But I was happy because of that cameo. I'm Jim, we can talk about it now. Cate Blanchett. Can we talk about the fact that you're in a series with, and I repeat, Cate Blanchett?
That's insane. You know, I didn't actually like watch everything. So my dad told me and I was like, no way. And I can put that on my resume. Like that's insane.
Oh, I would have it on t-shirts. I'd like tattoo that on my arm. Cate Blanchett and I like shared a TV show. I'd have that inked on my skin. There's also talks that we're getting an American spin-off of Squid Game. So I'm going to put you in charge. If you were casting the American version of Squid Game, full Hollywood style, who would you put in the arena?
Well, I cannot guarantee an American Squid Game. If I had to cast an American Squid Game, I feel like I would put like a bunch of like pop stars in it just for fun. You know, like Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, Tate McRae. Like I feel like that would be very cool to watch, honestly.
See, if I were one of the VIPs, I think I'd put all of my money on Tate. Like, she's nimble, she's flexible. That jump rope game has not got a thing on her.
She's gonna go into the splits.
Let's get practicing for when you do come face to face with Tate. Since you're the one responsible for that terrifying red light, green light moment, I figured we turn the tables a bit with a game I call Red Flag, Green Flag. Creative, I know. I've sent you 2 flags, 1 green, 1 red. Oh, look at the quality of those. No expense spared here. I'm going to read out a bunch of scenarios, and all you have to do is tell me whether it's a red flag, so absolutely not, instant elimination, or a green flag, so totally fine, let it slide. Think of this as like Squid Games of basic manners.
Okay.
Watching the rest of a Netflix series without your partner.
Oh, I feel like that's a red flag. 'Cause I mean, especially with Squid Game, you need someone to like digest information with. It's a lot.
Oh, you're telling me I am living proof it is brutal watching it alone.
Yeah.
Although I do this. I watch series without my wife and then we'll watch it together again. And I have to be like, wow, this is all brand new to me. I've never seen this moment before. And hearing that back, that explains why you're the actor and not me.
That was amazing.
That was giving, we'll get our people to call your people, but we won't really. Next scenario, leaving an empty milk carton in the fridge.
Red flag. I would absolutely get destroyed if I did that. Like the Squid Game doll would come for me. But yeah, definitely a red flag.
I saw your whole persona change. You actually looked angry that I would even suggest that. Telling someone I'm 5 minutes away when you haven't even left the house yet.
I That's definitely like a red flag, but I feel like it's a green flag just for me, you know. I'm always like late to things, but in like a good way, because I always set my time if I'm going somewhere for because in LA, I don't live in like downtown, so I live like where everything I go to is like about an hour, and I always try to leave an hour and 30 minutes before, but I always tend to leave like an hour and 15 minutes. So like I'm technically late, but I'm technically not late, which is in my defense a good thing. So technically it's still green flag, right?
Did you say that in case your friends are watching that? So they're like, oh, fair, she does sort of try.
Yeah, kind of.
Eating someone else's fries without asking.
Definitely green flag. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. You know, people's food tastes so much better than my own, honestly. Like fries, like so good. Like green flag for sure.
Just when I thought you were so pure and innocent, you go and nick all of my chips.
Well, the fries are delicious. If you gave some other example, it might have been a red flag, but fries definitely green flag.
Clapping when the plane lands.
Clapping when the like, oh, okay. Uh, red flag, I think. I think it's a mix of both, maybe.
Like an orange flag.
Yeah, exactly. I I know everyone has very mixed opinions about this topic, ever since like a recent viral video. I think people can clap, but there's no reason to. So I find it a bit weird, but it's okay. Like if you clap if a plane lands, like I'll still support you. So
I will still support you if you clap when a plane lands. I tell you what, that's what I want on the t-shirt. Forget the Cate Blanchett ones.
that's the t-shirt right there.
Chewing with your mouth open.
Probably a red flag. It's a strong red flag. I take that back. It's a very strong red flag.
I'm so relieved you red flagged that one because if you hadn't, I think I'd have just had to end this call immediately. Spoiling a TV show just a little bit.
Well, I feel like that's a maybe a green flag because I have so many things going on that it's really hard to watch a bunch of things. So like when I people like spoil a little bit, like it's good for me because then I like kind of get to know about it. And also when I'm watching like horror stuff, I'm like really anxious to know what happens, and I'm not a big fan of surprises, but they're okay. Like good surprises, but not bad surprises. So if I just know something in advance, I'll be like, okay, they're okay. They're gonna be fine.
Making a road trip playlist and only adding songs you like.
Well, I mean, I'll be really happy. I get to listen to Sabrina Carpenter and like all my pop girlies for like 4 hours. That I'd be really happy. Maybe to other people it's a red flag, but for me it's a green flag, 100%. I get music. Hey. And also, like, when I'm going on a road trip, my parents listen to like Chinese music, so I can't fully understand it. So I get my pop girlies and I'm happy. Also, my brother's playlist is pretty good. So me and my brother, definitely green flag.
Just make sure your parents aren't like within earshot of this, are they? They can't just hear you berating their taste in music.
Um, they might be able to hear me honestly, and they might honestly see this after. So that's great.
They're never going to let you have the aux cord ever again. Texting K as a full message.
Red flag, I would say. I hate when someone does that to me, but I feel like I sometimes do that too. But on accident. I just click K, but I'm planning to write more stuff and then I accidentally already press K. On It's just like a reflex or something, and I feel really bad after. So then I try to like delete the message, but
See, at least you try and rectify it. I hope my dad's watching this because I could send him a 12-paragraph essay like, Dad, mate, how are you? How's the weather where you are? It's great, nice and sunny. We should meet up soon, blah, 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 blah. And he'll just reply with like a single emoji, but like not even the thumbs up because that makes sense. I don't think he's like fully understood the emoji keyboard. He'll just send, I don't know, a dolphin to me asking, I don't know, what time are you getting to my house?
that's very realistic.
Just be thankful you don't have to text him. And now, before we finish, I want to touch on this again. We mentioned it earlier. Elemental. What a stunning movie. Like, what was it like going from terrifying people in Squid Game to melting hearts in a Pixar movie?
That was truly an incredible experience for me. That was my first time doing like animation because all the times I've done Netflix, like I've been doing voiceover as in like translating shows, but for animation, I was like genuinely the only voice. And that was really cool for me because the animation also got to, like, the people got to animate the character to my voice, which was very, very interesting and cool to me. And that whole experience was incredible. I got to meet so many people. I got to talk to the actual voice of Ember in Elemental because I voiced young Ember. So I got to talk to her. She's very sweet. And it was truly one of my favorite experiences I've ever done.
Wait, you need an Ember ring for the other hand.
I do. I should have done that for the premiere, but maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Your poor mate is watching this like, please stop giving her ideas. I can't make any more. Do you prefer voicing something, cute and heartfelt like Elemental or something a bit more murderous like Squid Game?
I really enjoy like Disney happy things, but I understand Squid Games, like why people like Squid Game so much, and I think that's really cool too. I feel like I'm in a bit of both, but I also really like on-camera acting. I think that's very, very cool. I got to be on Young Sheldon, and being on that was also one of my favorite moments I will ever have in my life. Like, I need that framed on my bed. That's the coolest thing ever.
I say, let's just manifest it now. Let's get you into a live action Disney project. If you could portray any Disney, any Pixar character ever, who would you love to take a crack at?
Yeah, I love Descendants. I've been watching it since like the first movie that it came out with Dove Cameron, and I think I would love to be in that. That's the coolest thing ever. Being like a Disney child is so fun. But I honestly, I would love to be in any Disney or like a TV show or like a movie or anything, honestly, because I'm very open to trying new things.
Maybe this is just our shot to make some Disney magic come true, because to wrap up, I asked this to everyone on the Movie Dweeb podcast. If you could remake any movie with the Muppets, but only one human actor stays and the rest are all Muppets, what film are we making and who's the lone human?
I, that's such a difficult question because there's so many movies that would be so great. I think the best one, personally, I think it would be Twilight. I think that is gonna be really funny because it's such a serious show. I mean, a serious movie. So I think the only human actor might be like Edward, and he would just have a very hard time, very hard time. He would be so pissed, honestly.
Robert Pattinson falling truly madly deeply in love with Miss Piggy. Like, I would love that. I don't even care about the rest of the movie. I just want to hear what he thinks about it in the promo run afterwards.
That's funny. That's very good right there.
See, and I also think you're wise, because I think you're working to a budget here, 'cause I think we could easily make Muppet werewolves.
Exactly. Maybe one of the werewolves could be Elmo.
I think you might be the smartest, most creative person I've ever spoke to, because I'm just immediately sold. I think we got some work to do, because, when I ask this question to others, I'm like, yeah, nice answer, wicked, and then I just completely forget about it. With you, I actually want to make this, so let's do that, and sadly, this is time to say goodbye, but you know what, thank you so much for taking the time out of traumatizing me to hang out with me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
Next time we chat, I'll hopefully be a lot less sweaty, and, we'll have matching rings.